is just as far as athletes and endorsements, and they have this inflated ego now with their platform, and the media gives them all this attention for it. Like, does it really change or affect your decision on an election? I'm honestly asking this because I know celebrities sometimes people think have influence and stuff, but do star athletes, your favorite athlete, ever make you change your mind on something as important as on who you're going to vote for? It's never been a thing for me, but a lot of people, and media included, believe that it's an important thing to do, that athletes need to pick sides and they need to, make an endorsement one way or the other, and I've just never quite understood it. Now, there's no direct link, by the way. I've looked into this and tried to find studies. They say there's no direct link found between, athletic endorsement and the outcome of an election. However, there was one person that made the point of, sports fans are 55% more likely to buy a product simply because their favorite athlete just mentioned them, well enough endorsed them. And so kind of using that unexact science that if they're willing to buy a product just because their favorite athlete told them to, if they told them, hey, I really like this candidate or that candidate, that could actually outcome or affect the decision there. And it's even higher amongst 18 to 34-year-olds. So that's why a lot of these athletes get on social media and they really think that everything's, it's very important. They got to use that platform and no. I guess, I don't really, I'm old, I'm stubborn, I don't quite get it. And so if you can go ahead and hit me to the next picture already to kind of give you an example of what I'm trying to say, and again, I'll just re-raise the question, would your favorite athlete really change the way you vote or make a decision? Because, if you took me, even at my most impressionable at 18 years old, and you took the most influential athletes of my lifetime, alive or dead, Magic Johnson, Bruce Lee, Steph Curry, Nick Van Exel, and you put me in a room and they locked me in with them for 24 hours, and they gave me a goddamn TED Talk about, oh, you should vote for this candidate because of X, Y, Z. At the end of it, I would thank them. I would say, I appreciate your time, but you're not going to really help me in this decision unless you're a political science expert that I don't know about. I'm going to give it the same weight I would give the legal advice of my personal trainer. I just can't think of a situation where I'm in court and, Your Honor, they're like, Mr. Bilski, you're going to be facing up to 30, 40 years. These are serious charges. Do you have legal representation today? Oh, yes, I do, Your Honor. I have Steve from Gold's Gym. Do you really think that's the best decision to go with Mr. Bilski? Oh, Your Honor, I've seen Steve personally on a bench rep out 19 at 225 without any spot. I've seen him run a 4.340. I'm good. Don't worry about it. I think you'd all think I'm insane unless I was going for my insanity plea.
I'm gonna go to jail.
What would you think I'm doing there? So it's the same kind of thing for me. I don't, different strokes, different folks. I don't get why it's so important for us to find out what athletes, who they endorse, who they don't, and why that opinion matters to us so much. Because to me, it wouldn't mean jack shit. I don't know what to tell you. You could lock me in a room with them. I'll be like, hey, I appreciate the effort and the talk, but you guys aren't poli-sci majors. Go back to doing what you do, and I'll listen to other people that are bigger experts at doing what they do, and I'll make my decision that way. But there seems to be this idea that it's important. So I guess comment or let me know. Do you make a decision based on the athlete's influence, especially when it comes to voting? Is that something that's really important to you? It's not to me. I do think it's interesting, though. They tried to catch Caitlyn on it, and she did not take the bait. Got to shout out Caitlin Clark, as always. Got to love the homegirl. She continues to do her thing, about to be Rookie of the Year, and so I want to get to that because, again, athletic endorsements and stuff, just in case you missed it, and this was kind of, she almost stepped in it a little bit. Caitlin Clark, the other day after the debates and after everything, Taylor Swift had put on Instagram a post that was supporting Kamala Harris, and Caitlin Clark liked it on her Instagram. And so a lot of people, it's Indiana, they're like, hey, what are you thinking? What are you doing? And first of all, it shouldn't even be a shock. The girl's all of 22 years old. She's a female. She just came out of college. She has teammates, a lot that are in the LGBTQ community. Excuse me there. She has, in the WNBA situations where teammates are either engaged or married. So is it really a shock that the 22-year-old girl fresh out of college probably is supporting Kamala Harris? But the bigger point is, though, the media, because the media, look, this is about to me. All this, so-called importance and so-called, we need to know is just them looking for clickbait.
I need them. Jesse, give me those.
I need them, Zach. I have to see
This is my precious. This is Jesse Spano looking for, caffeine pills. That's all this is to me, is the media trying to get their clickbait to get a headline. And so they tried to catch Caitlyn on it after she liked the Taylor Swift thing. And by the way, Taylor Swift fan too. So I need to mention that. She's a girl. She's a Taylor Swift fan. She's 22, fresh out of college. She has teammates in LGBTQ. I'm trying to get those initials right. Excuse me. You know what I mean? There's a lot of reasons why she probably does like Kamala Harris. But when they tried to pin her down, and they tried to get her up on stage and make her say one way or the other, she is so well media trained, like the ones before her. Hit this video here for me, Mateo. Caitlyn did not take the bait. You can't bait Kate.
From Taylor Swift that got a lot of attention. And I'm just curious if you could tell us what that post meant to you, and if you are, in fact, potentially going to endorse Kamala Harris. Thank you.
I think for myself is, I have this amazing platform, so I think the biggest thing would be just to encourage people to register to vote. I think for myself, this is the second time I can vote in an election. At age 22, I could vote when I was 18, so I think do that. That's the biggest thing I can do with the platform that I have, and that's the same thing Taylor did. And I think continue to educate yourself with the candidates that we have, the policies that they're supporting. I think that's the biggest thing you can do, and that's what I would recommend to every single person that has that opportunity in our country.
Go, Scott.
Perfect. Way to not feed the trolls, way to not take the bait. Said, look, I'll use my platform to tell you to vote, but you make your own goddamn decision. Why are you listening to Caitlyn Clark in the first place? And second of all, no, I'm going to keep that my business, because that is her business, and it really shouldn't go farther out than that. And so, she's good, man. Like I said, that girl's been media trained in the legends. And I'm telling you, the great legends learned this lesson a long time ago. They understand that there's nothing gained and everything lost into even getting into this type of stuff that in the end, most likely, at least there's been no study to show, has no outcome in the decisions of votes that are made. But just to give you an idea and to hammer this home about how smart this was and how well done and well executed that was. Other stars in sports, that's a perfect, just write down that blueprint there. But just to give you an idea what I'm talking about, the most endorsed and some of the most top-selling jerseys and athletes in the United States in all-time history are people like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Derek Jeter, Tom Brady, and Patrick Mahomes. I'll give you that list one more time. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Derek Jeter, Tom Brady, Mahomes. Goat, 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 goat. Money, 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 money. Let me ask you a simple question. How many of those people have ever publicly endorsed anybody during their career? Not a goddamn one. Did any of them, say anything other like, hey, I want you to vote, want you to make your own decision, but other than that, I'm not going to give you my opinion because I understand it doesn't really matter, yada, yada, yada. But they stayed out of the fray, and do not think that did not correlate to the understanding and the logic. And it's not just the old Michael Jordan quote of Republicans buy sneakers too, which has been famously thrown around a lot. It's just the understanding of just the two facts of, one, I don't think I have the influence that a lot of people think I do, and two, it's not worth it for me monetarily. Yes, there is part of that, but other than that, it's also, dude, I'm an athlete with an opinion. Why are you even asking me about politics any more than you're asking me about, plumbing? Like, it's not my field of expertise. The ones who stay out of the fray usually do the best. Caitlyn Clark, like the other legends in this category, is figuring out how to just keep you media at bay. Like I said, you're all like Jesse Spano with caffeine pills.
I need them.
Jesse, give me those.
I need them, Zach. I have to
Just give me an endorsement. Give me a quote. I need views, man. I need views. She didn't take the bait. You can't bait Kate. Gotta love her for it. So, that being said, let me throw this into the next thing.